me on a plate.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Worried about missing?
Now on NBC Palm Springs at 5, rain and hail in the Coachella Valley. We're live from Palm Desert with a look at the conditions tonight, plus a college and career fair for middle and high school students. We speak to a middle school student who's looking towards the future, and Jerry's tracking your forecast.
Look at all the lightning strikes on our radar here. Hundreds over the southwest, and including some action here in the Coachella Valley. What does it mean for us? What can we expect tomorrow? Full forecast and 7-day on the way.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Rain, thunder, and hail across the Coachella Valley this afternoon. Today, residents preparing with sandbags, checking road conditions as this storm makes its way through. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky. Mark Mester has the night off. The weather is your top story tonight. Over the last hour, we have seen some pouring rain, leaving behind some flooded roads and a lot of hail. Our Tiani Jadaling joining us live from Palm Desert, just outside of our NBC Palm Springs station this evening. Some thunder out there. Tiani, what are you seeing right now?
Olivia, a lot of stop and go rain. Again, for those who are not familiar, I am just steps away from our NBC Palm Springs news station, just in our driveway. And just about 5-10 minutes ago, I would think that the rain would pick back up, but it looks like that isn't the case. Maybe I don't need the umbrella. I'm going to step out to the side. You can see the mountains just behind me. The visibility is just a tad bit lower as to typically what we would see on a nice sunny day. Here in the Coachella Valley, those clouds very low. Again, not our typical weather in September. Maybe it is. I'm no meteorologist, but it's so funny to see this rain here in the Coachella Valley, not something we're super familiar with, especially out on those roads. I'm going to show you some of that video that we shot just about an hour ago. Looks like big pieces of hail coming down from that rain, hitting our parking lot, hitting our cars. A lot of us concerned. So if you are out on those roads, make sure to use extra caution. Again, not super familiar with rain or hail, I should say, here in the Coachella Valley. Again, another shot of those mountains and the clouds and the floors. Definitely a little bit wet, as not what we're used to seeing. And be careful when you're out on those roads, especially those major intersections, as there's lots of flooding going on. As of right now, was able to put the umbrella down. Not too crazy. Clouds are low. Definitely hear some lightning and thunder in the background, but that'll do it for me in Palm Desert. I'll send it back to Olivia in studio.
Tiani, thank you for that live look out there. And here's another one, our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. The heavy clouds hanging around at this hour. I would say the hail that we saw this afternoon, which I'm a little worried about my Mini Cooper in the parking lot here at NBC Palm Springs, but looked about gumball size. We'll check in with meteorologist Jerry Steffen, who's in with us this evening. A lot of people were saying they were surprised to see hail with how warm it's been.
Yeah, towering thunderstorms. They bring that water up to the top of the clouds. So it's very cold. They freeze, bounce up and down, gain in size, and when they become too heavy, they fall to the ground. I got to check my car, too, in the parking lot. Just before 4:30, we were hit with heavy thunderstorms around the Palm Desert area. Look at this, hundreds of lightning strikes over the southwest. In the Coachella Valley, we're still seeing some lightning strikes right now. A lot of rain moving its way to the northeast right now, beginning to wane a little bit since the heavier thunderstorms earlier today. That's in the southeast end of the valley, still seeing some rain there. 29 Palms, they've had some thunderstorms, but more heading our way. Again, heading to the northeast. Desert Hot Springs, I did detect a thunderstorm around that area when I last looked at radar, but right now it looks kind of clear. But you can see to the northeast of the city, we're getting some thunderstorm activity there over the Little San Bernardino Mountains. And again, a lot of activity over the southwest. And we could see some more action, but then it'll taper off later on today. Now, as far as temperatures, will stay below normal. Clouds and relative humidity will be high today, but the clouds will begin to thin out tomorrow. As far as watches and warnings, that flood watch for the Coachella Valley extended through tomorrow. The thunderstorms and rain may come to an end, but runoff from mountains will be a concern. So that's why we have flood watches in the Coachella Valley through 2 a.m. tomorrow. Also, a thunderstorm warning that expires at 5:30 as the thunderstorms begin to wane. All right, as far as what we can expect over the next few days in the Coachella Valley, things will clear out. The rain comes to an end by tomorrow. We will check the forecast. 81 degrees right now, winds 12 miles an hour, 80s for highs. Basically today, temperatures are not going to get much warmer than they are right now. We're sandwiched between a low pressure center and a high. That's why we have this monsoonal moisture over Southern California. Temperatures tonight in the 70s under cloudy skies. Tomorrow we begin to clear out. 95 degrees are high under Comfort Air 3-day, near 100 degrees on Saturday. Back with more in a bit.
Thank you, Jerry. Let's turn to some local headlines this evening. 2 local historic sites are being highlighted through Doors Open California. It's a statewide celebration featuring over 75 sites across the state this September, and Desert Hot Springs Zone Historic Rock House and Cabot's Pueblo Museum are taking part in this behind-the-scenes, once-a-year access celebration. Now, it allows ticket holders the opportunity to step inside of the spaces that are typically closed to the public, so areas like backstage corridors, attics, archives, even some private homes are involved as well. Both of these museums date back to the early 1940s and are official historical landmarks. Residents and visitors able to tour these sites just last week. We spoke with city leaders about the significance of this event.
You can't know the present without knowing the past. And so to be able to preserve our history, have people access it, learn about the city, learn about what life was here, what it was like to live here 100 years ago, is important for our residents and for our visitors. And we're really excited about the Doors Open event, because that will bring a lot of people to the city to see both of these historic bookends. I always like to say that the Rock House is like a little sister to Cabot's.
City leaders tell us they'll continue to share the history that's directly tied to these 2 museums. All eastbound lanes are now open after a 7-vehicle crash occurred on the 10 this afternoon near Cabazon. Freeway traffic under a signaler at the moment, though. You can see where traffic is flowing in the green, orange slowing down just a bit. Riverside County firefighters were on scene around 2 o'clock. This was near the Main Street exit. According to authorities, 2 people hospitalized with severe injuries from this crash. Traffic was severely backed up for a little over an hour with 3 eastbound lane closures. Riverside County health officials confirming a new case of Mpox linked to international travel. The patient traveled to the Middle East and is now recovering at home and is said to be no longer infectious. Health officials say the case involves a strain of the virus which can be more severe. In 2025, the county documented 9 Mpox cases so far. That's compared to 41 last year. Public health leaders urging people, especially those who may have intimate contact while traveling, to get vaccinated and to speak openly about the health risks. Symptoms can include fever, rash, swollen lymph nodes, fatigue, and that appears about 2 to 3 weeks after exposure. The Animal Care and Control facility is temporarily closing in Desert Hot Springs. The announcement comes after a recent fire damaged a transformer and a power pole. The facility is located on Hacienda Avenue and Choya Drive. No animals had to be moved. No animals were harmed as well. That's the good news. There's no confirmed date for reopening as crews work to restore power, and animal control officers are working from an alternate office in the meantime. Well, tonight, a college and career fair for local students taking place in Rancho Mirage. Our Brett Rosen has the story of one local student who uses today's fair as a stepping stone.
So when I'm older, I want to study radiology.
This is Danica Connor, an 8th grader at James Workman Middle School, who says growing up, it was watching Grey's Anatomy that sparked her interest in radiology. She says an event like this shows that it's never too early to take a look at the future.
So I'm excited because I know that if people show up, there will be kids that are in middle school who get to learn more about their future. Just getting a head start and an idea is great. You don't have to fully get into it, but already knowing what you want to do will really help you out in high school, just so like you're prepared.
We currently have what we call the Pride. These are what we call the student learning outcomes that we want. But in my future, I want them to understand that when you're coming through our campus, you're going to see a legacy.
James Workman Middle School's brand new principal, Dr. Julio Mir, is also a co-chair member for the Coachella Valley College and Career Fair. He says today's fair is about educating students and their families on how they will get to their goals, not just educationally, but financially too.
What I've seen in time is that families now in our communities are starting to see that all of their options and the importance of financial aid, the importance of understanding their career paths post high school starts at an earlier age. And it's our proud ability to explain to the parents and the communities that we are here to support them.
According to district officials, about 6 out of 10 students will enroll in college after graduating high school. Danica Connor says that's her plan. However, she's not blind to the challenges ahead.
I see videos of kids who are already in college and they're talking about their struggles in college and how hard it was to get in, financial aid and all that kind of stuff. So it really makes me worry oh, I want to be prepared so that I don't have to deal with any of this and I kind of know what I'm getting into.
Here in Rancho Mirage, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
In more local news tonight, the Palm Springs Public Library is breaking ground on a major renovation project, and the celebration starts at 9:15. It's at the main library on South Sunrise Way. The $30 million renovation being funded through city bonds, Measure J, and a $6.5 million state infrastructure grant. The project is set to modernize the library with new technology, updated spaces, and expanded resources. Construction is expected to take between 18 and 36 months. In the meantime, library services have relocated to a temporary space in Rimrock Plaza. And some big changes coming to Augustine Casino in Coachella. The casino has officially unveiled Seven Feathers. It's a reimagined full-service restaurant that replaces Cafe 54. The new dining spot honors the Augustine Band of Cahuilla Indians, one of the smallest sovereign nations in the country, paying tribute to its 7 living adult members. The restaurant features a fresh new look, a curated menu, and attentive table service. Seven Feathers also partners with local favorite TKB Bakery and Deli, bringing guests fresh and flavorful options. Coming up next on NBC Palm Springs, reaction coming out of the indefinite cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel's late night show rolling in across the country. We'll have more on that after the break. Plus, our Tim O'Brien getting amped for Thursday night football, trying to stay dry in Palm Springs. He'll have the latest on tonight's matchups, so stay with us for that.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Welcome back. Strong reaction after Disney indefinitely suspends comedian Jimmy Kimmel from Late Night. This comes after Kimmel made comments on Monday about MAGA and the suspect in the Charlie Kirk murder. NBC's Melanie Zanona has details from Washington.
Our very special guest tonight.
Late Night TV has lost another comedian. Disney ABC indefinitely suspending Jimmy Kimmel last night after the host's comments on Monday about the man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
The MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Those words angering conservative critics. Today in London, President Trump praising the move.
He said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk, and Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago.
Federal Communication Commission Chairman Brendan Carr criticized Kimmel's comments and suggested on a conservative podcast that there was a strong case for action against Disney and ABC. Hours later, Nexstar, the largest owner of local stations, declared none of its markets would run The Kimmel Show. Carr says local stations have the right to preempt programming it doesn't like.
We are in the midst of a massive shift in dynamics in the media ecosystem for lots of reasons. Again, including the permission structure that President Trump's election has provided.
Nexstar is in the midst of a $1 billion acquisition with another media company that needs FCC approval. President Trump nominated Carr to chair the agency that oversees licenses for broadcast stations. The FCC does not supervise cable networks or the internet. Fellow comedians took to Kimmel's defense on social media. And critics say removing him for his words violates the First Amendment.
Having the government sanction what we say, to censor what we say, to control what we say is a very dangerous precedent. This is a 5-alarm fire.
We must be careful not to allow the government to punish critics simply because of content.
And meanwhile, Democrats have unveiled a short-term funding bill that extends Obamacare subsidies, reverses Trump-era Medicaid cuts, lifts the freeze on foreign aid, and restores public broadcasting funds. This plan funds the government through October 31st, while the Republican proposal runs through November 21st with fewer add-ons. The 68-page bill heightens tensions as the September 30th shutdown deadline approaches. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside. This is our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Some rain there on the lens. We're tracking those conditions across the Coachella Valley with meteorologist Jerry Steffen right after this break, so stay with us.
Have some clearing, as you can see in our Walter Clark Windle cam. Roads are wet, though. Drive carefully out there. We are still tracking storms around Southern California. Taking a look at the enhanced radar. We're looking at satellite imagery here. A low pressure center kind of pulling up all that moisture over Southern California. You got a band right here, right over the central part of Southern California, but the heavier band over western Arizona. That's where the bulk of the thunderstorms are happening. You can see hundreds of lightning strikes over the southwest, including some here around the Coachella Valley. Some of the heaviest stuff around 4:30 this morning, but you can see we're still seeing action around Desert Center moving its way to the northeast. Other strikes include, well, up in the high desert, we're looking at some thunderstorms just to the east of Thousand Palms. Also, Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley getting some storms. Around the Coachella Valley, not much happening right now. You can see a thunderstorm beginning to form over the Santa Clara Mountains, again, moving its way generally to the north. A lot of action right now, but it's beginning to wane, and we'll see that calm down overnight. But why are we getting it? Low pressure center over the Pacific Ocean and a high pressure center that's located to our east is all combining to pull up that moisture. Remnants of a tropical storm. Remember Mario? We talked about that a few days ago. Well, it's all moving its way over Southern California. It'll end by tonight, but you can see widespread flood watches over parts of California into Arizona, and you can see those speckled colors there indicating some advisories regarding the weather. Now, the advisory for flood watches has been extended through 2 a.m. tomorrow for the Coachella Valley. Why? When the rain is ending, because mountain runoff will lead to mountain flooding and, of course, street flooding around the Coachella Valley. That's a possibility. Also, we have some others to point out to you. This orange block here is a severe thunderstorm warning. That ends soon at 5:30, does include the Coachella Valley. Also, a flood warning, that's just about up. That's around the Santa Rosa Mountains, Highway 74 being affected there with some flooding, and a flash flood warning until 6:45. That includes around the Banning, Desert Hot Springs area. Got some issues there. How much rain did we pick up? Half an inch officially so far at the airport. 4,400s at Thousand Palms. Over an inch at Whitewater. Some impressive totals over the past 12 hours. Will we see rain? This is one of the forecasts models, the HRRR. You can see we'll still see some rain moving into the 8-9 o'clock hour. After that, it begins to taper off. As far as the ensemble forecast, as far as additional accumulation from now on, maybe up to 2/10 more in the mountains, maybe 1/10 of an inch in the Coachella Valley. Overnight lows under mostly cloudy skies will be in the 70s tonight. And then we expect the numbers to be below normal again tomorrow. That system pulls all the rain to the north of us. We won't see any here, but it will still be humid with temps about 5, 6, 7 degrees below normal. Rainfall estimates on Friday, almost non-existent. You can see a little green there in the San Bernardino Mountains. That's about it. And surface moisture stays up there. It's going to be humid tomorrow, even though we'll see sunshine, slightly drier this coming weekend. 95 degrees on Friday, 97 degrees under sunshine at Indio. Okay, it's going to be a cooler than normal day today, but you get clouds and a little bit of rain with it. Tomorrow we clear out. Friday, 95 degrees and humid, closer to 100 Saturday with plenty of sunshine.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
High school football, the main attraction in sports tonight. Several undefeated Valley teams looking to stay unbeaten. And our Tim O'Brien is covering it all from Palm Springs this evening. Tim, hopefully the weather doesn't put any delays out there for all the action.
Olivia, this is why they call it live TV. There's no redos, no take-backs. It was dry out here the entire drive here. I'm getting calls and texts. I see video of hail and rain in Palm Desert at the studios. I'm driving along 111. I cut over through Date Palm to Ramon. Sun is starting to pop through. And then about 30 seconds before we're about to come on air, it started drizzling pretty good. And it's a little dark, but there's some areas where the sun's still peeking. So, Jerry, I give you credit. I don't know how you can tell whether or not it is going to rain or not because I see blue skies. I see the sun peeking through, yet it's raining. So I don't know. I don't get it. I never will get it. And that's why Jerry's the professional at this. But other than the little drizzle, it's pretty much dry here in Palm Springs. You could tell they had not gotten any storms whatsoever throughout the day. Maybe some overnight rain from the ground still being a little wet. I know I heard that where I live in Cathedral City. So other than that, I do believe we will have football tonight. That's the word on the street anyway. It's not too hot, right? It's actually a nice little cool breeze with this drizzle. So we are looking still at kickoff tonight at 7 o'clock here at Ralph Watt Stadium in Palm Springs, home of the Palm Springs Indians. Now, those same Indians that are 4-0 on the season for the first time since 2011. That year, they won about 10 or 11 straight. So if they win tonight being 5-0, of course, they'll keep that streak going as they did in 2011. You've got a three-headed monster on offense that we know. We've talked about quite a bit. Bishop Miller behind center at quarterback. You've got Cole Rapoa, and you've got Jordan Johnson, who has nearly 700 yards and 12 touchdowns already on the season with 4 touchdowns, or through 4 games, rather, at 4-0. So they're playing a Yucaipa team, though, that has come down here. They beat Shadow Hills and Palm Desert in back-to-back weeks. So they're looking for the Coachella Valley sweep if they get their 3rd straight win here tonight. But it is going to be a great game. I'll be here. Our Caitlin Kelly in La Quinta. And then, of course, we'll have highlights tonight at 11 of Desert Christian as well. But we'll see you back here at 6. Hopefully the rain stops. I'm Tim O'Brien in Palm Springs. We'll send it back to you, Olivia, in studio.
Tim, thank you. Stay dry out there. In entertainment news tonight, Cinema Diverse, part of the Palm Springs LGBTQ Film Fest, opens tonight. It's a 2-weekend-long festival. It runs this weekend through the 21st and the 25th through the 28th, showing some film screenings at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. Tonight's opening night film is Beautiful Day, Beautiful Evening. That shows at 7 o'clock. We'll be right back.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Before we go, a cow in Arizona escaped the slaughterhouse for freedom. This is Mutilda. Just 3 weeks ago, she captured the community's heart when video of the cow galloping down the street went viral. Now, Amy's Farm Animal Sanctuary rescued Mutilda for $2,500. They were able to purchase her, save her from the slaughter so she didn't have to go back.
Yay.
Today, she lives at the sanctuary. She's running free.
Yeah, on the move.
I see what you did there.
Forecast. Well, the rain is coming to an end. Checking radar right now. It's all moving to the north. We'll see a few showers later on tonight. That flood watch has been extended through 2 a.m. because of mountain runoff, a possibility through tomorrow morning.